Beltaine, the Home God, and Floralia drawing for my Wheel of the God, and about the pens I have used for it. In a previous video I said that I had purchased this Frixion ball slim 0.38 millimeters Frixion pens. I have a whole bunch of these colors. They are very great for everything you have to write and to be sure of what you write, you know, without any mistakes, so you can erase the problems because the ink gets out with the heat of the friction. So they are kind of good for drawing. I think with other kind of techniques of drawings that mine, they could be better. With my technique of really gentle touch, you know, lines, and adding more and more and more little lines to create really shades and movement and textures. They are not so good. They are not good as the big, very fine point ones. The big ones have really this detailed texture of the extreme difference between how you touch the, you know, the paper, and also the ink. Really, you can make layers and layers and layers and layers without problems of these little threads. And at the end, with the big, really the black one, for example, is really dark. You can create a really dark shape. My first problem with these ones is that the ink is more clear, more liquid, and at the end they are not as dark and intense that the big colors. Other thing is that the friction of the point when you do this work tends to erase the ink that is behind, so at some point you cannot add some more ink. So I had to use one of these Faber-Castell artist pens, you know, with this kind of end to really do the darkest points, because I could not do it with these pens, even with the black one. The good is I love the colors, really the brown, and the blue is far more brighter than the big blue, you know, with which we write in general. This one, I don't have the color on it, because there were a blue one, a dark blue one, and the dark black blue one, and this really dark blue is really bright. So it's a good thing in a way, and except the big that are better for me, they are in the best of the pens, color pens that I have found on the market for drawing. And yeah, the thing that you can erase when you have made mistakes make you bolder, I would say, while you are drawing, because if you make mistakes you can erase. That's not true when you have put a lot of inks at the same place. At least on my parchment paper it has been difficult to erase, really, if I had put like 4 threads at the same space. And other thing, if you have used a paper pencil, you know, a pencil under, if you want to erase, it likes puts the pencil everywhere like a gray shade, and it really puts it in the paper, so you cannot erase it after. So another thing to be careful with. I think the result is far more comics, you know, new lines, new images and new art that with the big pens I have really learned with, you know, old ones technique like they were doing at the beginning of the 20th century. So yeah, it's really not the same touch. It was pleasing anyway to work on my home garden Floralia, especially because I was really, when I did my meditation on them, I saw them dancing as if they were into the Disney movie, The Beauty and the Beast, you know, at the ball scene. So I really took an image I found of this ball. Really, my iconic image is when the beauty puts her cheek on the chest of the beast. I really love this Disney movie. It's really the only one I tolerate the songs in it. And so yeah, like this iconic image come back to me. So I used it and redraw on it, you know, my own version, pagan version of the Beauty and the Beast. That is Floralia, the Roman goddess of flowers and growth and fertility, with the home god. Yeah, it was great. And there is no background, you know, no drawing background, because in the vision it was also all of them. And for me it felt as if when you are in love with someone and you are in his arms, there's nothing around left, you know. It's like you are in your bubble, in your world, and the world ceases to exist around. So I just wanted to keep it for them, you know. There's just them on the image. So it's a more romantic version of Beltaine. But I like it, you know. I love this image that it's not only sexual attraction that drives the god and the goddess together, but also love and friendship, companionship, trust, everything that is with it. So yeah, and as ever I use this pen, this Uniball Sagno broad pen, white, and what I love is doing little threads, but I love too putting a lot of it, taking a brush and brushing it with a bit of water, you know, for really doing surfaces, white surfaces on my paper that is more brown, you know, clear brown. So yeah, it was my first idea when I decided to do my God work, was to work only with two pens and the white one, but really this time I really did need the black and this one to do enough dark spots on my drawings. So have a nice Beltaine and see you next week, my friends.